Hi, my name is Isabella Pratt, and this is my persuasion speech. Here's my lovely audience. Thanks, guys. Did y'all know that according to the New York Times, in 2017, it was estimated that 390 million straws were used by people in America each day? Now, that's not even including all the other plastic categories that we use on a daily basis. What's even more shocking is the fact that most of those straws, or if not a really large percentage of them, will end up in the ocean and affect the wildlife within it. Now, to start resolving this issue, we're going to be going over the problems that come with the consumption of plastic straws, how they end up in the ocean, as well as solutions on a global, local, and personal level. So I'm sure that each of you can think of a time when you use a plastic straw within the last week or within the last 2 weeks, whether that's in your household, when you're drinking your own personal beverage, or you go to your favorite fast food restaurant to get a drink. But the point of the matter is they're accustomed to our everyday lives. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, I never thought about what happened to my straws whenever I threw them away. I didn't think there was ever a reason to be quite honest with you. But when it was finally put to my perspective, or it was brought to my knowledge that these actually did have a really detrimental effect to the wildlife within the ocean, that's when I really began to reconsider my choice of slurp tool. So, according to the strawlessocean.org, whenever straws go into the ocean, they actually become microplastics. So that is essentially the breaking down of the plastic straws into smaller pieces. Now, the issue with that is it becomes really hard for humans to be able to recognize these within the ocean, but it becomes really easy for fish to get sick or even worse. On greenmatter.com, it is estimated that 8 million tons of plastic is put into the ocean each year. Now, I'm sure at this point you're starting to think about all the straws that you consume within a year or even maybe your whole life. But it's not until you really put into the perspective how big it is, then you really get to see the effects of it. Even some scientists predict that by the year 2050, there'll be more plastic in the ocean than there are fish. Now, how plastic straws end up in the ocean is actually quite simple. It's usually by littering on the beaches, or they're simply blown away from where they are, or they're lost from whenever trash is being transported. Not only that, but they end up in recycling. So whenever they're in the recycling machine sorter, they are too lightweight to be able to be detected. So they end up being in the recycling where they do not belong, and they end up again in the ocean where they most definitely do not belong. So effects like these may not seem not a big deal to you personally, or maybe not even locally, but think about it. We're not the only people in the world that use straws. Most of the world actually does. It's not just College Station, it's not just Texas, and it's not even just America. So that's a lot of possibility for these small plastic pieces to end up in the ocean and affecting the fish within it. So again, as I said before, it's not until you really start seeing the big picture of it and seeing it really has a big effect within this portion of the world, and we need to take note of that. So as far as global solutions to this, there have already been some improvements within it. So big companies such as IKEA, Starbucks, McDonald's, and Hilton Hotels, and this is all brought to you by nationalgeographic.com, have already started implementing policies that either reduce or they completely eliminate the use of plastic straws within their companies. These really highly regarded establishments have started putting the first steps into creating something that is going to hopefully change the world and how we view the use of plastic straws. And again, hopefully other establishments across the world will start implementing their own policies, and then we'll start seeing more and more change as the years go on. Now locally, And applying this more to my generation in the age group that I'm in, getting involved in university organizations or campaigns is a really great way of getting the word out in our community. So for example, joining campaigns such as the Last Plastic Straw or the Pollution Coalition are really great ways of getting involved within the community. It's as easy as signing up on their website and then you're good to go essentially. And these are really great resources to use whenever you don't know exactly where to start in getting the word out for this. Now personally, I've been using reusable straws for several months now. And again, they're so easy. I think they're actually quite fashionable, and the small impact the small change that I've made in my life hopefully has an impact on the people in my life that I actually have them use whenever they come over to my house. So I'll offer them a reusable straw when I give them beverage, and hopefully in turn they will do that to their friends and family as well. And so hopefully this small change will make a big impact in not only my life, but the environment as well. So to wrap things up, we've gone over the issues of plastic straw consumption, how they end up in the ocean, as well as solutions for it, globally, locally, and personally. And I hope you will join me in this slurp-worthy journey. Thank you. And here's my lovely audience one more time. Thank you.